Hey, what's up, you guys? Big Time Collector 01 here, back at it again with another action figure review. And today we'll be taking a look at the DC Multiverse McFarlane Toys Platinum Edition Catwoman from The Dark Knight Rises. Yeah, this is kind of a bit of a controversial release. I was able to get mine off the McFarlane Toy Store, for retail price, and it was only up there for like an hour, maybe even less, and it just vanished. So I didn't even think I was gonna get this figure. But the real question is, how the hell is this a platinum release? This is supposed to be the platinum version of the one with the bat cycle. But here's the thing, you can't do that. The platinum versions are supposed to be the same figure, the same package. This is basically a different release. It's got a different head, different accessories. Hell, it even has a different trading card and image. So how in the world is this a platinum release? I mean, it's even got its own DCPI, so how in the world is this a Platinum Chase release? Like, this is a separate release. So, yeah, it just baffles me that this is a different release, so I don't know, I'm just surprised as you are, but let's get to it and crack her open. And before we take a look at the figure, let's take a closer look at her accessories. She first comes with your basic DC Multiverse base. Then a trading card. Again, it's a different image than the first one. The first one, she was on the Batpod. So again, I don't understand how this is a platinum release. So it just makes no sense to me. Out of the package, she comes with these open hands. The fingers did get a little warped in the packaging, but you can pop these out. She also comes with gripping hands. These are the same amount of accessories that the one with the bat cycle came with. But in addition to those hands, she comes with 2 fists, which is really cool. But again, like, how is this a platinum edition? With all these, different hands, and we're still not even done with the accessories. How is this a platinum edition? This should have been a single carded release. She also comes with these pearls. This is what we've seen in the movie. And this, broken Batman cowl, which is a really cool accessory. I really do like this one. I've been displaying my Bane with the Mattel version, but this is going to definitely take its place. But again, with all these accessories, how is this a platinum edition? This shouldn't have been a platinum edition. They shouldn't have been so freaking secretive with this figure. They should have made it a single release figure. That way it's easier to get. I don't understand how this is a platinum edition. Why would you make this harder to get? Now let's take a closer look at Catwoman. This is essentially the same thing as the Batpod version. The only difference is the head, and if I were to pick a head between the two, it would have to be this one because of the goggles. I like how the goggles are folded or flipped up to make the ears. I've always liked that look, and it was always a nice little detail. Well, this one was always meant these were meant to be flipped down, if anything. That way you can have the goggles on her face for when she's driving the Batpod. But again, there is no differences between the two other than the head and the hands. So, I'm going to try and not bring up how the hell this is a platinum edition. So, again, there's not much differences between the two. They're both the same. They're both sculpted the same way, and they both look really good. Love the texturing. Love the, the sculpt, the wrinkles, the paint. It's all good. All of it's good. Same thing I've said about this figure is the same thing I'm going to say about this one. So, yeah, not much different. Let's quickly go over her articulation. Starting off with the head, it's on a dumbbell joint, but you're not going to get much movement. You can make her look down that much, but she's not going to look up due to the hair. You can have her rotate, not much pivot. But, the Batpod version has more head articulation due to the hair being sculpted backwards, so she can look up a little more. But, yeah. That's mainly the only difference between the articulation. I'm just going to skim through this one really quick because it's just a repaint. You get the rotator cuff. The shoulders move out that much. They move down. They rotate. Bicep swivel. Double jointed elbows. And the McFarlane wrist balls, they hinge and rotate. Then she's got, the diaphragm joint. She can crunch forward, back, that much. Tilt and rotate. Hips move out. They move down. Kick. She does have a thigh or boot cut rotation, which is really nice to see. Double jointed knees, ankles move down, up, rotate, and pivot. and then toe articulation. Again, it's just the same McFarlane articulation fare we've been seeing, and this is just a repaint. Measuring out this Catwoman, she comes to around 7 inches tall to the top of her head. To the top of her goggles, she comes to around 7 1/4. And here she is next to the, the first Dark Knight trilogy Batman, and then the Batcycle Catwoman. And I gotta say, she does, look better. I prefer this figure over the Batcycle version, mainly because of the head sculpt and the accessories. But again, it just does not make sense to me for her to be a Platinum Chase release. And then here she is, up on the rotating base. And I have to say, this figure, it's the same thing as the Batcycle one, just with a different head and the, more accessories. But like I said, this just makes no sense to be a Platinum Chase release. I don't understand why McFarlane had to release it this way. They had to make, limited amount of quantities of this figure when, it was already hard enough to get the Batcycle version, and because that had a $70 price tag if you didn't want the Batcycle but wanted an Anne Hathaway Catwoman. So why the hell would you make it harder to get this figure? Like, why? Like, it makes no sense to me. And they're so secretive about it. Like, she only went up for, purchasing the McFarlane toy store for like an hour. Maybe even less than that. I was lucky enough to even get it. So, yeah, if you can get this figure at all, it's going to be out in the wild. Or you're going to have to pay, scalper prices for this. It makes no damn sense how this is a Platinum Edition. If anything, they should have included these accessories and the head in the Batcycle 2-pack, or make this a single release. It just makes no sense to me why they didn't make this a single release. It makes no sense. Like, I know it's baffling everybody, and this won't be the first time I talk about, McFarlane's mishaps, because I got that, Crisis on Infinite Earths wave. Well, not the whole thing, but I got a few figures, and I want to talk about it. Because what McFarlane's been doing recently is very, very shady and very, very disappointing. So, but I still really like the company. I like their figures a lot. But again, what they're doing with this, a lot of the releases, is very, very sketchy. And I will talk about it in more videos. But yeah, that's really it for my video. I don't want to go on a rant. So, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. And if you can get this figure at a retail price, I would recommend you get it. Because, if you don't, you'll never see it for that price again. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Leave a like, comment down below, and subscribe. And I'll catch you guys in the next one. See ya.